What's up everybody, welcome to Luke Solo. This channel is going to be all about movies. I'll be doing movie reviews, movie rankings, and more stuff involving film. And a big part of that is how I score or grade certain movies. In this video, I will be going over my ranking scale, so when I review movies in the future, the scores I give won't seem extremely random. Like, I might give a 6.1 out of 10 to a movie, and I don't want you getting confused by that. Anyway, let's get started. Starting at the bottom, I'll go ahead and say that this is split up into small sections with descriptions for each section. The first section is 0 to 0.9, which I provided a plethora of words to describe movies that would fall into this category. I won't lightly put a film in here, so if something gets a score this low, you know it's bad. Next is the largest interval in my ranking scale, which is 1.0 to 2.9. If I come out of the theater or walk away from watching it and I say that it is really bad, which isn't uncommon, then it will go here. It's a pretty big range though, so it's not like it's a special section or anything. Next is 3.0 to 3.7, and I just labeled it bad. Nothing really else to say, it's just straight up bad. Then comes 3.8 to 4.4, which is kinda bad. This is where movies that aren't quite bad, but I can't bring myself to put any higher will go. Next is 4.5 to 5.0, which is probably the closest I will get to on a normal ranking scale, like your average 5, 5.5, 6, you know what I mean. Anyway, this section is labeled not good at all, which is just a slight step down from the next interval, 5.1 to 5.5, which is my mess section, also known as not good or bad. Call it weird if you will, the score I will give movies that is in the exact middle of the scale is 5.3. Yeah, I know. 5.6 to 6.2 is okay, not bad, basically just a little bit above meh. Next is 6.3 to 6.9, which is kinda good. This is the part where we start to get out of the negatives and more into the really positive stuff. The next section is 7.0 to 7.7, which is pretty good. This is a pretty big section too, so the label has a pretty big range for any film to be fit into. Up next is 7.8 to 8.2, which is good. These are the movies that are, well, good. Sort of like the previously mentioned bad category, there's not a lot of specific stuff to say about this interval. Next is 8.3 to 8.9, which is really good. This is a section that I use a ton. In fact, perhaps the most common rating I usually give to movies is 8.9, so this is a pretty useful section. 9.0 to 9.6 is one of those that has a good amount of words to describe it. So if I finish watching a movie and say, wow, that was great, or wow, that was amazing, or wow, that was phenomenal, which are just a few quotes that are useful to judge by, but I most likely won't be saying when I leave the theater. At least most of the time. Lastly is 9.7 to 10, which is my category that is set aside for the movies that I think are perfect or almost perfect. Just like I won't commonly put a film at the very bottom, I won't willy-nilly be throwing around movies into this section, which I'm not saying is a bad thing, so don't think I'm trashing the YouTubers. I won't put films in this section unless I truly think that they deserve it, which would be my opinion. Really, this whole thing is just my opinion. You may not like my scale and think it's too overwhelmingly intricate and complicated, and I won't get mad at you if you say that. You may like it more when people give a film a letter grade like Chris Stuckman does, or you may like it better when people use a less complicated 5-star rating system. Heck, you may even like the simplistic 4-star rating system that Roger Ebert used. My point is, my system isn't perfect and I don't expect you to think it is. I just wanted to introduce how I grade movies so that it's not confusing in the future. Anyway guys, that's all for this video. Make sure to click the subscribe button and the little bell beside it so you'll get notifications when I upload a new video. Thanks so much for watching, have a blessed week, and I'll see you next time.